Let's start with the topic of the Shure SM7b being dead. The reason I'm talking about this is this last week, there was a video put out by a channel called Alpha Gaming, and it was a review for the new microphone, the Samson Q9U, and the title of the video was, "The Shure SM7b is dead, ... dash the Samson Q9U," something like that. And the conclusion of that video was, he did not recommend the Samson Q9U, but at the same time, he's also saying that the SM7b is a dead microphone because you're able to EQ the Q9U to sound similar to the SM7b. And full disclosure, listening to the video, I thought they sounded quite different, even with the EQ. But because he was able to get into the same ballpark, he stated, if you're a starting streamer and you're buying the SM7b, you're making a big mistake. Now, before I go any farther, I do want to say I am not trying to crap on Harris. I'm not trying to crap on his channel, and I need to make that clear because when I made a video criticizing Jay's 2 cents and his review of the SM7b as well, a lot of folks got a bit nasty, and I don't want to send any hate to Harris or the Alpha Gaming channel. I am just disagreeing with him. And with that being said, in response to his statement, if you're a starting streamer and you're buying an SM7b, you're making a big mistake, I have to say, no, I disagree with this completely. And let me explain my entire stance on this topic because it is a little bit more nuanced than that. I do agree, and I quite frequently state that the SM7b is not the right choice for everyone, and I think that it is actually starting to get the, maybe not the same reputation, but a similar reputation to the Blue Yeti, and that people buy it because they see other people using it and they think, oh, everybody else is using it, so it's the right microphone, I'm gonna buy it. Then the next generation sees everybody using it, so they start buying it, and it's a self-perpetuating cycle, just like the Blue Yeti. And a lot of folks don't take the time to research the microphone to determine if it's the proper choice for them. A lot of folks will not like the SM7b, they won't be in the right room, they won't have the right sound voice, it just will not work for them and they will be disappointed, but they don't do that research so they don't know it. But even though that's the case, I still think that it's wrong to say you're making a mistake if you're a starting streamer and you're getting the SM7b. What if the streamer is starting out, but they've done their research and they've determined that the Shure SM7b is the best option for them? What about then? Are they still going to be wrong? I don't think so. They may be making the perfect choice because now they're not getting any intermediary microphones. They're not getting any stepping stones. They're not going to the Q2U, then the SEV7, then the Rode Procaster, then the SM7b. They're saving money in that regard by not jumping over a bunch of hoops. They're just going right to the microphone that they will be using for the entirety of their streaming career. In that regard, I think it's perfectly fine for a beginning or a starting streamer to buy the SM7b. I should also note that budget should come into play. If you have a limited budget, you do not need the SM7b. You can get by with other microphones, something that I have been very vocal about. Most of our audience, most of our listeners will not know the difference between an SM58 and SM7b, an XM8500 and an SM7b, a $20 microphone and a $400 microphone. As long as your audio is listenable, you will be fine. So if you are putting off starting your stream or starting your YouTube channel because you think you need to save up $400 for an SM7b, don't do that. That is silly, and you can get by with a much more affordable option out there. But if you do determine the SM7b is the right choice for you and your budget is permitting, then absolutely, I think that is perfectly fine even for beginners. But going back to the Alpha Gaming video, I honestly don't have any issues or many issues with the video or even the conclusion of the review that they did on the microphone. I think they offer fair critiques and it is a fairly well-formatted video. I do disagree that the microphone sounded indistinguishable or really close. I think even after EQ, they were quite different sounding, but that's up for the listener's ears, and I do think that the majority of people would have no issues listening to any of that. When I say most people, I mean most of the people watching a stream or listening to a YouTube video. The majority of them would not be able to tell the difference and probably wouldn't care. But the thing that I didn't like about this video or the thumbnail is the absolutism about it. But I do understand why absolutism is quite appealing, because if you're a beginner, you want to be told, buy this microphone. You don't want to be told, okay, go ahead and find multiple reviews of this microphone and this microphone and this microphone. Then determine which of those microphones have specifications that fit your specific needs. What is the tone of your voice? What characteristics do you want to accentuate or attenuate? What do you want to do? What microphone do you prefer the sound of to fit your specific use case? That is much less accessible than someone just saying, don't buy the SM7b or buy the SM7b. It's the best microphone ever. Or it's the worst microphone ever. It's dead. Nobody should buy it ever. Two very different approaches, and I understand completely why people like the folks who just say, this microphone, you should not buy it, or this is the best microphone, it's the only microphone you need. I get it. And one way to see the success of the more absolutist framing of a video, the hyperbolic absolutism, if you will, is look at the views on the Alpha Gaming review of the Q9U, and then look at mine. At the time of recording, their video has been out for 2 days. It has 50,000 views. My video has been out for 4 days. It has 13,000 views. Theirs is titled, The SM7b is Dead. And mine is titled, Samson Q9U Review Test Compared to This Microphone and This Microphone. Yeah. Maybe I'm just an idiot when it comes to approaching thumbnails, framing, titling, description, everything in regards to YouTube, but this is my approach. I don't want to be hyperbolic. I don't want to be too over the top. I like my channel being more of a resource channel that gets the majority of its traffic from search as opposed to getting pushed by the algorithm, because if somebody's looking for the Samson Q9U review, hey, are they going to click on one that says the SM7b is dead or Samson Q9U review / test compared to the Q2U? If I was looking, I would click on the latter, which is why I have that approach to titling and framing my videos. And again, to be clear, I'm not hating on Harris. He seems to know what he's doing. I just disagree with the framing of this video and some of the things he said in it. I don't think he's attempting to be malicious or anything. I'm just not a fan of that approach, but more power to him, more power to his success. He seems to be doing very well, he and his team with Stream Beats and everything, and congrats to them on Stream Beats. That's amazing. They noticed a hole in the market, a niche, a need that needed to be filled, and they filled it, and they seem to be profiting very heavily. So congrats to all of them over there. Well done to you.